quite steep about
I
the snow
get
that we
it,
got
my
last year.
354.
Well, I understand that, but that's the winter, I guess. Then what do you do in the summer?
It's very well lit, there's 800 halogen lights going on.
I understand that, I understand that,
If you can't clearly see the end of the pavement and the grassy surface, there's a huge problem, you probably shouldn't be behind the wheel.
no, not quite, okay, because I've been on a road, on a lit road, that came to a surprising dead end, and I said, that looks suspicious to me, and it was dark. The road was lit, but in the distance it was dark.
I agree.
And I saw that, and fortunately I stopped in time, but it went straight down.
Right. I've come
Okay,
through myself.
so,
Now, this is just a little.
This is a parking lot, you're not pulling in there.
it's pretty steep.
You're doing 2 miles an hour, if parking your vehicle.
Mr. O'Leary.
Just on those four specific spots that we're talking about, obviously it's like church parking, getting blocked in.
Which one?
The ones right next to the existing restaurant.
The employee
The
parking
one-
spots, yeah.
Are those employee?
The reserved ones are employee, that's what they're calling piggyback. The employees park in front. Anybody that comes to the restaurant knows that, so they know to park behind those.
That's how you currently operate it? So the ones that are blocked in are the employee spots, so those four
Exactly,
spots?
yes.
Okay. So those are the spots that I was talking about,
Right.
those are the employee
Those are the
spots.
employees.
Yeah,
So they're
which
the
means
they're
there's
the buffer.
basically
The
10.
employees are the buffer between the parking lot and the river. Okay.
So if you take away the 3 spots that protrude into the street, and you deal with, remove the 4 employee parking spaces, there's 10 spaces before they have to go and park in the street or elsewhere.
I get 9.
For the-
You may be right. I got 9 spaces.
We don't have to call them employee.
No,
Yeah, no, I understand, but-
Instead of trying to help a business in
I'm
town,
trying to
now
get
you're
an
hurting a
idea.
business, and now you're actually trying to put us out of business. Well, what kind of help is that?
No, we're trying to get an idea as to what you're depicting here. What I'm trying to get an idea is, if you're telling me that the employees are gonna park over at Hardery's, tell me the employees are gonna park over at Hardery's.
They have the option.
I'm just saying,
They do. We have-
I'm just
we
trying to
have
figure out,
we have license
based
agreements.
upon what you've given us here, you said there's 17 spots, I think it said, available for patrons, which it might be now 14. And then you have these 4 other spots here, which are basically blocked in by another vehicle. So if someone is in there first, I'm assuming they've been there longer, the guy behind them is gonna have to move to.
It has happened,
It's
but,
happened before.
No, I know.
like we said before, we know most of the people that come in there, so I'll go in and say, geez, Dave, can I get the keys to your truck, and I'll actually move it myself for them.
Yeah, so
So it's not, again, it's family run, and I can't stress enough that it's just so friendly in there that everybody does pretty much know everybody. It's cheers without alcohol. It's the only way I can describe it.
You guys are trying to, I guess, because we're parking in front of that building for 50 years like this, so, we're willing to bend every which way we can.
And we have.
We're not trying to do anything wrong here.
I'd also remind you that you have under section 67 of chapter 138 in your police and fire department just extraordinary powers. If this becomes a problem, call the licensee back in and either put further conditions on the license or you decide that the license isn't, but you're not going to know until the Del Grecos are given an opportunity to run this responsibly. I think, you're assuming that it cannot be run responsibly.
Mr. Vino.
Yes, just one question if I could. I just heard Mr. Del Greco say you have a license agreement to park with Hardery. We've never seen that.
We presented it at the first
Yeah,
meeting.
we gave everybody copies.
Before we even came into the first meeting, we were.
No, I never saw it.
We actually should have handed everybody one of those. We had them and.
My understanding is that he has not given you permission in writing. That was my understanding.
I actually don't believe Attorney Senior had provided it to us.
No.
He said that he had it, he showed it,
Got it.
but I don't believe it was ever presented to the board.
Well,
It's readily available.
I have a copy with me.
we've never seen it.
Yeah, because we gave it to him and he said he was gonna.
But he didn't give it to us.
So it's not
It's a
right.
one line, just to give him permission for the people to park there. And I will let you know that when we had the meeting.
I'd like to see it if you have it.
He reiterated it in person.
while you're looking for that, I'd like to, we've got a busy agenda. I'd like to ask the police department to answer the questions that were not answered at
Okay.
our last meeting.
Down and get out of sight.
Greg, is the police chief here?
He's right there.
Oh, okay. He's hiding behind the podium.
Nick wanted to say something.
Are you standing?
Standing, you recognize this. You can't walk too well.
I thought you were standing to, just,
I need to stand as well.
yeah. I want to hear from the police, and then we'll allow some input from the public again.
Mr. Mosseri and the board, town administrator, and Del Greco's and everybody else in the room. I have a tendency to beg to differ with the respected attorney that our recommendation is based on conjecture. It is based on conjecture because it's a new license application. So we have, when it comes to the issuance of a new liquor license, we have nothing to go on but trends that occur in our community and elsewhere that law enforcement has learned historically. And based upon those historic facts, we have to build a model of predictability, which is conjecture. And so based upon my 40 years of working in the community of North Reading, when you add alcohol into the mix, it becomes that X factor. We don't know for sure if it's going to increase motor vehicle accidents in that area, but based upon that predictability model, it in all likelihood will. Somewhere along the line, the police department will be responding to that area, and we will encounter somebody that's under the influence. We have many fine establishments, and I'm sure that the Del Greco's will try their best to run a top shelf establishment. But we have that some well-run establishments in North Reading where individuals have gone into those establishments, had a few drinks with their meals or whatever, and left and been involved in significant motor vehicle accidents that have resulted in substantial lawsuits for the individual owners or corporation owners of those establishments. We also have a history of responding to many alcohol-related